you'll see it has one of the most shiny bases you can get. One of the rarest cars I have. This car is probably worth $30,000.
What? $30,000? That's the price. You could get like an old Mustang for that price. You'd have to put a lot of work into it. That is crazy. You could get... We'll start off with this Business Insider. Why are adults spending billions on toys for themselves? Okay. I got to go pee real quick. Refugee opposite day. We can do that
Barbie
too.
Doll starts as a handmade
Hold on, I got to pee. I'll be back.
at Mattel's Design Center. And styling hair is one of the most important steps.
I was working in a salon as a hairstylist before I worked here.
But adults aren't just making toys these days. They've become a target audience.
Whoa!
Like 63-year-old Bruce Pascal, who owns the world's most valuable Hot Wheels collection, worth about $2 million.
It's going to cost you $50,000 to buy a lowrider that's painted beautifully. But for a Hot Wheel, you can have it on your desk for $35.
U.S. adults spent $7.6 billion on toys for themselves in 2024, up over 10% from the previous year. They're lining up around the block to get rare figurines and turning plush toys from claw machines into side hustles.
I'm guessing I could probably sell this one for $150 or $200.
So how did adult collectors take over the toy industry? And how are the world's biggest toy companies cashing in? Bruce started collecting Hot Wheels over 25 years ago.
Welcome to my Hot Wheels museum.
Today he owns 10,000 cars and another 3,000 pieces of rare memorabilia.
This is the actual store display. This is the original artwork. There was a special bingo set they did in 1971 era. And one of the reasons I have this warehouse is my wife.
Bro, I made a point about this on last night's podcast, by the way, where it's like, there is perhaps no better indication. There is perhaps no better indication that like autism was always around. And it's just like the reason why we have more men who are autistic now is simply because of diagnosis, simply because people have figured out how to diagnose autism. And that's it. Because like this guy is autistic, okay? I'm sorry, and there's nothing wrong with it, but like as someone who worked with boys with autism and someone who still works with a lot of men with autism right now, okay? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, okay? This is from my personal anecdotal information, my personal anecdotes, but like the dads would bring their sons every Saturday for this program that we were running. And like I could tell the dads also were definitely neurodivergent, but like they were just simply considered eccentric, okay? They were considered eccentric? Not eccentric. Eccentric. I'm Jim brained right now. Sorry. Like they were considered strange, curious, okay? But they very clearly were. They were very clearly autistic as hell, okay? Like here's the thing. Everybody's got like an uncle that is really into model trains. Maybe not all of you, but like I have an uncle that was really into, not Jank, really into he had an entire room dedicated to model trains. I just thought that was strange, right? I was just like, wow, he really loves model trains and like building out this entire unit, you know, making the trains run and stuff like that. Like, but that now I have a very different point of view on that behavior where it's like very clearly, my uncle is autistic as hell, okay?
Didn't really enjoy having so many visitors come by to see my collection at the house. I have about 200 different prototypes. It's amazing what employees just kept in their garage. So the first one I'll pull out, there was a car that came out in 1969 called the Torero. This is what the car looked like, but if you look at it, it's not a Hot Wheel. It's actually a hand-carved piece of resin and then hand-painted. Apparently there was a dinner.
I love the sounds. Oh my God. There's ASMR here too. There's just, there's everything in here. It's everything. It's got everything.
In 1969 at Mattel, and everybody that showed up got this chromed car. There's less than 10 of these known in the world. Makes this car worth at least $5,000. One of my favorite cars is this Mustang. Only the first cars of production actually had what we called open hood scoop. And then they realized that extra step of process to punching out the metal slowed down production. So almost every other Mustang sold is covered. But what's different about this car is if you turn it over, you'll see it has one of the most shiny bases you can get. One of the rarest cars I have. This car is probably worth $30,000.
What? $30,000? That's the price. You could get like an old Mustang for that price. You'd have to put a lot of work into it. That is crazy. You could get like a secondhand Mustang for that price. $30,000? What the hell? My dad has some of these exact cars and it's just sitting in his shed in a box. Bust it out, blow the dust off of it, put it on eBay. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's so sad. There are the most expensive Hot Wheels ever sold. Big deals on small wheels. 1968. Okay, this guy is like overestimating his prices then, right? The custom Camaro is one of the models of Hot Wheels Sweet 16 lineup, which consisted of the original 16 cars released on Hot Wheels' first years of sales. The brown version with the white interior is very rare and was only ever used for store display purposes, part of the store display set. Redline custom Camaro in Hong Kong purple, $3,000. The 1968 pink Beatnik Bandit, $5,000. The Redline Classic Cord with its distinctive design and exposed engine. This car is Hot Wheels version of the 1937 Cord 812, created with collectors in mind. Luxury model currently sitting at $6,600. Red Baron, whoa. It has been in and out of production for decades. An example from the early 70s worth $7,500, but the exceptionally rare version with the white interior will likely fetch a lot more since only a handful of authentic examples are known to exist. 1969 Brown 31 Woody, $8,000. Yeah, that helmet is sus, right? Am I crazy? That helmet's kind of sus, man. That's what I was thinking too. I didn't want to say anything. 1974 Blue Roger Dodger, $8,000. 1968 Python with cheetah base, $10,000. 1969 Brown Custom Charger, $13,000. Oh, wait, are we getting to the one that he? If there is not, is this the one that he was showing? Originally an automotive designer at Ford, Larry Wood joined Hot Wheels in 1969. He was one of the collectors as well as the designer, earning himself the Diecast Hall of Fame. Strawberry over. Oh, this shiny red Mustang was one of two ever made and was only created for internal use only, mainly to appear in commercials for Mattel's advertising campaign. Somehow it made its way from Mattel headquarters to a trailer park and was eventually sold for 40 grand. Okay, see, none of these is 1968 lime over chrome Camaro, shiny version of the Chevy Camaro. Dude, I think this guy's overestimating the prices of his hot rods, okay?
Customized hot rod inspired one of the first Hot Wheels.
I think I got it at a bargain, $75,000, and I wouldn't sell it for even double that today, because to me, it's the centerpiece of my Hot Wheels collection.
These are original mock-ups of a car released in 1980.
And one of the things they had to do as a designer is they would draw up a concept for a future car. Here's an example.
Pretty amazing. It's one of those little
cars they created. There's the actual product, and it all started with a drawing. Is that amazing?
But his most prized possession?
This is
the
car.
Wait.
It's the king of the hobby. It's the rear load.
You know what's crazy about this, by the way? He's just like raw dogging these toys. That actually kind of confuses me because like at that price point, like you probably shouldn't be putting your greasy fingers on it, right? Like no gloves whatsoever. Like this is literally a piece of art that's supposed to last centuries at that point. Don't say they are metal. There's paint on it. You know what I mean? He ain't selling them. It's his forever. I mean, I guess like for him, it literally doesn't matter. Like he could like play with them if he wanted to. You know what I mean? It's just like this is it. Yes, King, talk to me about your Hot Wheels.
Beach ball.
Someone in the chat. Okay, yeah, he has sensory issues when he wears gloves. That's why he's not wearing gloves. Okay, everyone is just like firmly invested with this guy definitely being autistic. I see. All right, that's. I guess we're doing that. We're just all, you know, this guy's definitely autistic. Okay.
It's the rarest Hot Wheel in the world.
Only 2 of these were ever created.
Every car Mattel made had to go through the tracks and the curves. The problem is when this car went around the track too fast, it turned to its side. No good for production. So this is the prototype of the transition between the model they didn't want to make and the future model they were going to make. I paid over $50,000, less than $100,000. That's my range, I'll just say. I always keep it kind of secret. It will take $1 million to pry this car off my collection.
I don't think this guy will give this car up. Okay, if we're keeping it at $150, yeah, 1969 pink beach palm Volkswagen bus, the most expensive Hot Wheels car in the existence, isn't a car at all. And here it is on Pawn Stars.
Tidbits of history and collecting that, you know, generally you see in some guy's personal little museum or something like that. I mean, Hot Wheels came out in '68, and they got Mustangs and they got Camaros, and there were so much.
This makes me realize that he just brought that in just to flex. Like a lot of times, yeah, it is him. A lot of times I think like people would bring stuff into Pawn Stars just to show like what they have and have that like little back and forth. Cause like that guy's not selling. This guy is not selling this car. Okay. This guy is never selling this. When he says it would take $1 million to pry this car off my collection, he's lying. You can see in his face. There is no amount of money that can take that car away from him. I assume $1 million is nothing to this guy, right? Like he'll be buried with it like a pharaoh. Yeah, exactly. Wait, how much money does he have? I missed that part because I was pissing. I like that though. I think it's sick. Like, I think it's very cool that, you know, people have this level of fascination with, you know, with things like this. It's good that this is what makes us human, even though he's probably a billionaire and closer to being a reptilian. But, you know, this type of stuff, hoarding is whack though. You don't have to like, you know, I know that we joked about saying that this guy is autistic, but like you don't have to diagnose everyone, okay, with like a mental illness of sorts. I'm always of the mindset that you can let people have things and you can let people enjoy things and you should let people enjoy things. I think this is cooler than having a watch collection, for the record. Although I understand why, like, you know, when I see a guy like this, I understand why people have these like watch collections and shit. I suspect it's part of that is because like the craftsmanship and the work and the history behind like what it takes to make these watches and stuff like that causes people to like really fall in love. I still don't understand it.
Faster than the Matchboxes. Me and every single kid in my neighborhood, we all had our Hot Wheels. All right, do you know anything about it?
They actually stopped making this variety and made a different variety of the Volkswagen bus.
Okay.
Hence, this was never for sale to the public. That's why it's so valuable.
Okay. Hot Wheels was one of the greatest toys to come out in the late 60s, and they're still popular today. The fact that only a few of these were produced but never sent out to the public makes it incredibly rare. And being a Volkswagen bus, it's got a dual collector base. I have no idea what this is worth, but I know it's not going to be cheap. Okay, so I'm assuming...
Dude, remember when we used to do Pawn Stars Reacts? It's like, yeah, I'll give you $5. Take it or leave it. I'm going to need to call an expert here.
If you have the holy grail of Hot Wheels, you have a lot more Hot Wheels.
I have about 6,000 Hot Wheels. I'm Hot Wheel crazy.
Best I could do is $5.
So what do you want for it?
$150,000. A bargain for the rarest of all rare toys.
150 grand. Damn. I don't even touch it. Let me call a friend. He owns a Toy Shack right down the street. He's a pretty big dealer in toys.
He sure is. I know him.
Okay, so I'm going to give him a call. You hang out. Just guard that thing.
Okay. I'm confident that Johnny will verify this is a legitimate car, and it's the only one like it in the world. As for the value, I'm very interested myself to see what Johnny has to say.
Hey, what's up, Rick?
Oh, pretty good. Well, you supposedly know this guy?
Hey, what's up, Bruce? How you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you.
He has this, supposedly it's,
It is, it is. Wow.
this is supposedly the greatest, most expensive Hot Wheels ever.
All the rumors are true about the rear loader beach bomb.
Bro, it literally comes in a box, and the box, on the top of the box, it says the most expensive Hot Wheels ever. Which is, I feel like cheating, no? Like, you put it in a box that says it's the most expensive Hot Wheels, and then all of a sudden everyone's supposed to take your word for it? Like, what are we doing? Like, you made that box yourself.
Bomb. When Rick called me and told me he had the Hot Wheels pink rear loader beach bomb, I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't get here fast enough. This is the rarest and most sought after Hot Wheel in existence.
All right, so this is legit.
This has changed the industry of collecting Hot Wheels. Nobody thought that anybody could make an impact on Matchbox. Matchbox dominated the diecast market. And then when Hot Wheels came out in '68, it was over. They were fast, you know, they had these Spectre Flame paint jobs. You know, it was never the same. And usually in the Hot Wheel collecting world, pink always means dollar signs.
Okay.
And there's only, I believe, 2 pinks known. And one is a prototype, and the other one was an early production.
Okay.
Do you mind if I take a closer
Go
look?
ahead, look at
and
it.
we'll see what we have?
Yeah, see,
Always have
this
a-
guy is professional. He's putting the gloves on. Meanwhile, my boy was fat fingering that. He was just raw dogging it, no care in the world, doesn't even matter to him. He's just like, this is mine. You can give me $1 million and I won't give it to
A white
you.
glove just in case, and this is one of those moments where the white glove comes out.
So what are you looking for?
Wait, what? He's touching it with no glove though. Bro, he did it. He touched it with one hand with a white glove, and then the other hand he's still raw dogging it. Okay, it was fake.
This is a different base than the early production ones. So this is definitely the prototype. And there's certain things in the lettering, the bumpers, even like flaws in the casting that are only available to the prototypes in the early productions. Some of these two are just raw. It's just not cleaned up like it is in the later ones, and also the knockoffs. Everything looks 100% correct.
Okay. So what do you think it's worth?
These were like 60 cents back in the 60s, and now they're still under $1. There's some heavy hitters in the Hot Wheel world that would jump on a prototype like this. This would be easily $100,000 for this car.
Yeah, bro. He said these are 60 cents. Yeah, no shit. I don't think they are anymore, you know?
Okay. All right, well, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In the Hot Wheels market, there's nothing close to this. I mean, this is the holy grail of Hot Wheels. This is what everybody goes after. This is the rarest, and this is in the best condition. And that's why it goes for $100,000.
So I'm thinking 60?
That's crazy. That's crazy. My man came in with 150 grand. Dude said it's at least 100 grand. He is so nutty, dude. He is so disrespectful. He is a disrespectful guy. Okay. Oh my God. I'll give you like $10. Take it or leave it. And then his reasoning always is so stupid. Like, oh, it's gonna sit on the counter for quite a while. Gonna have to put this in a frame, you know. The frame job on this is at least 10 grand.
Nah, we're not in the same neighborhood.
I'll go 65 grand.
No, I'll go down to 140.
I mean, I go as high as 70.
Nah. It's just not going to do it. I guess when you're talking about world record cars and the holy grails, kind of what I want to sell it for one day and somebody else wants to pay, and I guess today's not the day.
Well, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you very much.
It was cool to see it. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Chad, stop saying it's scripted. I know, but that's like, it's part of the fun, okay? You have to suspend your disbelief. Come on, we know. We haven't done reality TV reacts in a minute, which is part of the reason why Chad is just like going, it's scripted. Yeah, no shit is scripted. Yes, this dude had no interest in selling this at all. It's content. Okay?
Hey, Chum, what do you have here? I got some.
Didn't this guy die? Did Chun-Li die? Who died? Chun-Li. I don't know if it was Chun-Li. But one of them died, right? No, not the grandpa. Oh, the grandpa Rick Sr. is dead for sure. But didn't he also have like, one of them was like addicted to heroin or meth or something. I think this one was addicted to meth, right? That's not scripted, by the way. He was just a meth head. He went to prison. He's in jail. Not Chung-Li streams Pokemon now. One of them had fucking drug issues. I don't know which one it was.
It is
anyway,
by far my favorite Hot Wheel.
When Hot Wheels.
Wait, so this whole thing is about freaking Hot Wheels. Okay, there's the Barbies. I don't really care about Barbies. Let's look at the Lego one.
That's one of the reasons Dave Coletta has been collecting Lego for over 40 years.
It's probably somewhere between 100,000 and 500,000 just individual Lego elements in this room. Even in college, my friends were like going out to the bars and I was like, well, but I could buy some more Lego with that money.
Lego's adult community is so big.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything, but come on.
But it has a nickname.
But come on.
AFLs, or adult fans of Lego.
It's a term that we use somewhat endearingly.
Adam died from fentanyl overdose. The dude with the slick back hair was around Chum-Li's name.
But, it's also a little cheeky.
He buys and customizes sets without using instructions.
I am at a point where I kind of like build in my mind all the time. Like when I see something, I'm like, oh, I would use that piece to build that.
Dave's work got him featured on the TV show Lego Masters, where mostly adults compete in brick building challenges.
This is a version of one of the things that I built when I was on Lego Masters. It was one of our winning builds, and I was building a miniature version of it because I just wanted to keep that memory.
He's currently constructing a model of his bathroom.
And using these...
So me for skipping Barbie autism. This is exactly why women are not diagnosed with autism, because of what I just demonstrated right there. Okay, diagnosis for women is far behind, and the reason for why is misogyny in medicine, and it's very clear that this is exactly the type of misogyny that you experience in medicine as well. That's why we will never know what the telltale signs are for girl autism. Okay. We just skipped it.
These pieces, which originally were lightsaber rods, but I'm putting them on their ends and putting them all so close together that they make that hexagonal tile. I had to use tweezers to get each one in where it went. I probably ordered 2,000 lightsaber rods just to make this floor.
What the hell?
I don't ever really think about how many pieces.
It's so crazy to take Legos that are supposed to be Legos that were supposed to be pieces of a set that's made for something extraordinary, and make something so ordinary with it, which is the tile of a bathroom. That's crazy.
Pieces go into it because it's like you're a painter. Do you count how many brush strokes that you put into your painting? I don't think so.
What Dave does think about is the cost. He guesses his collection has set him back about $50,000.
Shee!
I try to set a budget of $200 a month per Lego, and sometimes I'll need more if I'm working on a commission, or that helps supplement what I'm spending on Lego. A minifigure like this could go for $200 because it's a very rare minifigure that only appeared in one set ever. I'm trying to be budget conscious, but it's fun.
To save money, he buys pieces off resale sites like Bricklink, which Lego acquired in 2019. The site has over 1 million adult members.
If I'm working on a project and I need 1,000 3-length white rods. I can source them from anywhere in the world and find the cheapest price.
One downside to his passion, he's often modeling alone.
The internet was pivotal in my journey in Lego. So I was like, you know, younger, building by myself in my apartment. And I discovered that there was a whole like online community of other people like me. And we started coming together.
I'm not laughing. That's not funny. That's sad. I'm sorry.
Lego conventions like Brick Fair in Virginia took off among grown-ups in the 2000s.
I'm sorry.
Over 22,000 visitors stop by every year to see fans display their creations.
This is the biggest crane I've made up to date.
Aiden Hurst spent roughly $1,500 to build this 15-foot crane.
I work construction, so my inspiration was actually at my last project. We worked around.
Bro, that is insane. Also, this is the exact same thing that you sometimes see with like, what do you call it? Like with truckers who go home and do trucking simulator at home. Okay. This is like I just don't get it. It's like that one cop who does Grand Theft Auto no pixel roleplay as a cop. If you're a farmer, why are you doing farming simulator? If you're a cop, why are you playing the role of a cop in roleplay? You should be a criminal. Back in the day, autism was just diagnosed as my dad has a huge full replica model train set in the basement. Yeah.
One of them, and I was like, oh, I want to build that one day.
John Peter Zapp spent over a decade and thousands of dollars.
I mean, I don't understand it, but also Murat literally did this with the Concorde. I mean, he builds planes for a fucking living as an engineer, and he builds spaceships for a living as an engineer, but he also loves building them in Legos. So I guess, you know, it is what it is. This is you with politics, honestly. Hey, how many swords you have for no particular reason? Just curious. I don't know. A lot. But I'm not a sword fighter who then, you know, comes home and then it's not a secret that I, you know, I have a little bit of that neurodivergence in me. Okay. I guess like the equivalent would be if I'm like debating people for fun, I guess in the real world or something. I don't know.
Building this miniature of Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings.
A lot of stuff broke on the way down. So
how many political paraphernalia do you have? I mean, I literally just bought a new book and it's incredible. From Streaking Delilah, they just came out with a new book, Trust in God, Believe in Ammunition. And it is probably the most like political paraphernalia, political autism thing you can purchase and collect. I didn't even want to reveal this. It's not like a reading book, for the record. It's a picture book. But the reason why I say I didn't even want to reveal it is because it's just literally like, I mean, it has like photos that were collected from all around the world. Here, there are some of them on the Instagram page from Shrieking Delilah, but there are photos from all around the world of like ISIS fighters, RSF fighters and shit like that. And the weapons that they use, like here, it'll be stuff like this. Rarer than chicken teeth, Lebanon edition. Today's post features this image that was graciously sent in by a Christian individual affiliated with a certain infamous faction, LF. This image features two locally incredibly rare firearms in the form of a German H&K MP7A1 as well as BNT MP9. The MP7A1 seen here has been fitted with an Aimpoint Comp M5S optic as well as a Surefire Mini Scout WML, while the BNT MP9 is rocking an Aimpoint T1 RDS. Why do you buy such a book? I don't know, because it's fascinating. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what? Yeah. Is this not fascinating? Someone says no gun in Lebanon is rare. The MP7A1, likely to be the only example currently in Lebanon, according to his owner, originated from a Jordanian contract from Jordan. It allegedly proliferated to the personal collection of Syria's Assad family before it then further traveled to Lebanon. However, this is anecdotal and not something I can confirm, unlike the Assad family's FAMAS F1 and 50AE Desert Eagle I previously posted. Exclusive images of FSB Crimea operations. During Russia's 2014 invasion of Crimea, little green men were well documented. Russian SOF units were active during the operation, most notably Russian SSO at the Ukrainian Naval Headquarters. Pro-government combatants in Myanmar. So basically, it's all all conflicts that are taking place all around the world. And yeah, 550 BC. They have a lot of interesting books, such as this one. But the last one that just came out is called "Trust in God, Believe in Ammunition," and that's what I purchased, and I have it. They have like. It is War Criminals Digest. Yes. I think what is it? It's like, what's fascinating about this is that it's kind of like, it's that image of that famous Taliban fighter with a Kobe jersey. It's like burned into my mind. You know what I mean? Where you got dudes that are in Afghanistan, okay, that are in the Taliban. And they still, like, they're rocking a fucking Kobe jersey. And it's fascinating because you're like, this is, like, it reveals something about their worldview. It reveals something about, like, how pervasive American culture is. It shows, like, the decisions that person is making, you know, throughout his day. Yeah, of course it's art. What cover did you choose? I'm a sucker. It said that the covers that were running out, one of the covers that was running out was the Sudan one, and then the other one was the Syria one. So I got the Sudan one. But yeah, it's I think the Syria one is ISIS. What's your preferred firearm? I mean, I don't really have any preference. There's the Ukraine cover too, obviously. Yeah, this is. Or wait, it wasn't it was a Libyan soldier. My bad. I was wrong. Libyan soldier fires rocket launcher at ISIS while wearing a Kobe Bryant jersey. FBI raids your house and sees that. What is this, sir? I mean, I don't think that this implies anything. I don't think that it's not illegal to own things like this. Yeah. I mean, all soldiers technically need Mamba mentality. I mean, this is one of my favorite fucking clips of all time, obviously. The fucking Armenian Mexican prison gang guys who literally went to fight in fucking Syria. What do they say? Dude, I mean, this is a classic. This is a classic clip. This is a classic HasanAbi clip.
We got the enemigos right there, homie.
Yeah, enemigos. So, for those of you who don't know, in the Los Angeles County jail system, one of them died, actually. The other one is still alive. I forget where he lives now. But in the Los Angeles County prison system, there are Armenian gangs. One of them actually literally just got, one of those Armenian gangs actually just had a raid recently, a couple days ago. But the Armenian gangs are also under the banner of the Mexican gangs in the LA County prison system.
Let me represent myself, homie. It's Creeper, homie, from that G.
Yeah, Creeper.
Gang,
I think
homie,
Creeper's the one who died, right?
Fucking Weiner from Westside Armenian Power Gang, homie.
Still puro sureños putting it down, homie. And Middle East, homie, in Syria, still gangbanging, not giving.
That's two LA gangbangers fighting in Syria. They're thought to be two members of the Armenian Power Gang and also reference Sir 13, who have a presence in Los Angeles.
Oh, we know is the one that died. Sorry. Creeper is still alive. Creeper has a bunch of children now, too, I think.
By the names of Wino and Creeper, and at first we thought it seemed so odd that it might be fake.
As you know, homie, and shout out, homie, Capone, Mr. Criminal from Silver Lake, homie, Capone from Cyclones, and Crazy Loco from Pasadena, and Pink Lady. We still got love for you, girl. We still got love for you.
But here's a couple of reasons why we're now pretty convinced that it's real. The video was posted first to one of the men's Facebook pages, a man called Nurses Kalajian, but it was later deleted.
Bro, look at that. Look at the way he's holding that fucking AK, bro. Are you crazy? It is so... What an insane... Like, what the fuck?
Since then, it's been reposted online, obviously, going to prove once again that one does not simply remove something from...
Inshallah, fool. But they're also... like, think about the merger of cultures here, okay? These are Armenian dudes from fucking Glendale and Pasadena, okay, that you would never know are Armenian because they're a part of they're a part of an Armenian gang that was under a Mexican gang in prison. Now they're in fucking Syria. And I assume they probably were fighting alongside Assad. They wrote a song for them, Armenian Power, R.I.P. Solo and Wino.
Too soon for y'all to go. We shedding tears down here. We living our life with fear. But it's all gonna be good one day. We all gonna be together one day. But until that day, I'm gonna mourn you till I join you.
Yeah, they were fighting for Assad. Yeah, LA gang members in Syria. Why they fight for Assad? A video featuring two members of the Los Angeles area gangs claiming to be fighting in Syria for Bashar Assad grabbed international headlines earlier this month after it was flagged by Washington-based Middle East monitoring group. The armed men, later identified by CNN as Syrians of Armenian ethnicity who lived in the U.S. before they were deported back to Syria, also caught the attention of American security officials who say they were investigating the video. But the novelty of LA gangbangers in Syria, the story highlights the nuances of a bloody ethno-sectarian civil war that is entering its fourth year and its ambiguous faith of Christian Armenians and other Syrian minorities caught between a regime which claims to protect them and a factitious array of rebel groups, which includes many Islamic militants, among them a powerful group linked to Al-Qaeda. American Armenians bristle at the pro-Assad label popularly affixed to their Syrian counterparts, a label leaders fear the now viral video will only perpetuate. How do we get here from Legos? A book Hasan was reading? Yeah, it's Wino. There's a pic of Wino dressed in Hezbollah uniform. Yeah, he did. So for those of you who don't understand, it's more complex than you think. Automatically, people go, "Oh, dude, these guys are like fucking pro-Assad. Fuck these guys or whatever." But like, part of the reason why the people that even aligned with Assad at any given point, including some of the Kurdish factions as well, was seemingly aligned, not like fully aligned, is partially because they were fighting the same people, which was ISIS militancy in the region. Yeah. It was basically a group to keep our identity because our identity was under attack, said Hasan, who told CBS News he was one of the founding members of the gang 30 years ago, but left soon after his formation. While the gang eventually evolved into a criminal enterprise, Hasan said, to some extent, the same instinct behind its creation may not be driving the men in the video. Who the fuck are you to fight in Syrian land? Dog, they're literally Syrian Armenians. What the fuck are you talking about? War criminal, disgusting. I wish Hezbollah let them join them. I hope Trump deports them and only no one else. Because Hasan thinks these war criminals are funny and cool. Dog, they were literally deported. They're Syrian Armenians who were deported to Syria. It's not like they were living in California, dude. And it's not even Trump that deported them. This is many, many years ago. This is many years prior to Trump. This is from fucking 2014. One of them is already dead. Okay, calm down. Getting mad at dudes who died in like 2016 is so funny.
Also on his Facebook page are a picture of a tattoo linking him to the same LA-based Armenian gang. There are also images of him posing with pro-government fighters, and he's checked into areas in and around Aleppo on a few occasions recently, although there's nothing in this video to conclusively say that it was shot in Aleppo.
Syria, homie. We're in Syria, homie. Still G'd up, gonna be one of stress again, homie. Frontline, homie. Frontline, homie.
We'll leave you to listen into some more of the videos now, homies. Oh, God. But thanks to Nick from 101 London Museums for suggesting the video. There's a link to his blog in the video description.
That's right.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Frontline homies, dude. Wow. Do you have any of the war criminal trading cards? I do. I have the OG, not the war criminal trading cards, but I have the billionaire trading cards, the OG version with their addresses on them. But they don't have, they never released them because apparently the FBI got very mad. Yeah. First edition, never produced. The CEO ones. I wonder where it is. Hold on. Let me see. 1 second. Oh, here it is. I will show you at least one, not all of them, without showing you the full thing, but and then this is the back of it. But like I said, there are addresses on them, and I think you can still purchase them without the addresses now. Bro, sleeve them up. How do you get these things? I'm a collector of political paraphernalia, as you guys know, political curios. But this is tailored off of the classic Most Wanted Iraqi playing cards. During the 2003 invasion of Iraq, the Defense Intelligence Agency developed a set of playing cards to help troops identify the most wanted members. But that's what it is. Anyway, let's get back to the Legos. I got to go pee.
All day yesterday, me and my two helpers were just fixing, so it was a long day yesterday. I think I'll take it to 1 or 2 more shows, and then it's meant to break apart and build something new out of it. It's Lego. It's not like it's meant to last forever.
But LEGO didn't always prioritize the buying power of these adult collectors.
LEGO started out really designed to be educational and to have a rich and fulfilling play experience for children.
LEGO was founded in Denmark in the 1930s and only made wooden toys at first. The first plastic bricks came out in 1949 and were called automatic binding bricks. In 1958, LEGO patented the stud and tube design, which allowed for large and stable builds. By the 60s, LEGO's plastic brick sets were taking off in Western Europe, so the company decided to focus exclusively on bricks. LEGO debuted the iconic minifigure in 1978. By 1987, LEGO sets were sold in nearly 120 countries, and US sales soared to an estimated $115 million. In 1999, LEGO released its first successful set tied to a movie franchise, Star Wars. And adults loved it too.
They were actually building a model and being engaged in the Star Wars narrative. So that really had a much older...
I guess I do have a lot of political paraphernalia that I collect, now that I think about it. I mean, all the stuff that's behind me, from gaming and you know, here. Wow, I opened the book and the first thing I find is Turkish-backed Sultan Süleyman Shah Brigade fighter operating under the Syrian National Army, armed with a Chinese Zhejiang M99 semi-automatic anti-material rifle. Trust in God, believe in ammunition, the book. Shrieking Delilah. Open your P.O. box back up. I have a giant collection of unopened Desert Storm trading cards. I'll hook you up. Whoa, this is crazy. What a rare pull. A holy grail. PSA 10, 2002, 23 karat gold collectibles, America's Heroes World Trade Center 9/11 patriotic card. Wow. Wait, what? The most powerful playing cards with addresses are being sold for $1 million? Wait, what? So this deck that I have in my hand is $1 million. Yeah, no, it's a meme. No one is fucking buying these for $1 million. Yeah, it says, oh my God, it literally is this. And for the record, this doesn't even have a signature on it. This doesn't even have a signature or a number on it because it is literally the only one that is outside of the hands of the person who made them. And you touch it with your bare fingers. Where did you get yours? What? Do you want the sick-ass Operation Iraqi Freedom Dale Earnhardt 2003 commemorative knife? Dale Earnhardt knife I found in my attic? What the fuck? That's also sick. They got seized by the police, I think, per the last email I saw. Yeah, no, the cards are... let's just say it's a sensitive subject for the intelligence communities that these cards are in distribution. Genuine Americana, this is the closest the culture will have. Yeah, for sure. That's not Dale. That's Nepo baby Jeff Gordon. Did Hasan do a mating call for autistic collectors? Maybe. Girl, yours is a $25 deck, right? No. Also, you can assign a value of $1 million to anything. That doesn't mean it's actually $1 million. No, I have the OG one. I have the literal prototype. So one day, maybe it'll go for a lot of money. Who knows? But I obviously don't. Warhammer, what Warhammer 40k army would you be? Orcs. Why is that book so fucking expensive? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I have a lot of, I just realized I have a lot of political curios in here. I have the George W. Bush action figure that you guys sent me. What World of Warcraft Collector's Edition is that? It's the one that you're thinking of. It's the OG one. I have a poster from literally the Democratic People's Republic of Korea behind my head. I have a poster from Vietnam as well. I need to see the Bush figure. Hold on. I'll show you. 1 second. Look at this one. This one is the President George W. Bush collector quality talking action figure, 25 unique and authentic phrases. Lifelike features and details. Listen to the authentic phrases by pressing the lapel pin. Okay, and I tested it out a while back. It still works. I don't know if it will right now. Nope, it's not working right now. Wait, where is it? No, hold on. The lapel pin actually is supposed to hit like a button on them, but I don't know where the button is. Wait, hold on.
Pray for this great nation.
Yeah, it works still. Look.
And may God bless America.
See?
And our country is unified. And we are strong. And we are resolved. And that makes this president feel really good.
Yeah. Including the official toy president's biographical pamphlet featuring over a dozen rare photographs from the president's early years. It has the realistic presidential boots. It has his cowboy boots on. But yeah, 43rd president, elected in 2000, toy presidents, president number 43, President George W. Bush, a real war criminal. Yeah. GWB, baby. I got that. And then we have Dead Che. Ultraviolence by Kozik. This is sculpted by George Kaspar. And it is 13 out of 20 ever made. This is another one. This is a mini finger game basketball. I don't know why. This is the Bird is the Word, the Watermelon Pimp, Mao, also by Kozik. 12 out of 20 ever made. This is the 1980 International Afghan Heroin Syndicate. It comes with an AK-47 on the side. In December 1979, in the midst of the Cold War, the Soviet 40th Army invaded Afghanistan in order to prop up the communist government of the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan against a growing insurgency. At the time, the United States had been making headway in the Middle East at Moscow's expense. Outmanned and outgunned, backed by the CIA, Afghanistan used the only profitable crop to support the war: heroin. Al-Muqtabar, the tester, lives among the fields, along with many others, a protector of the plant, a murderer, a junkie, always the first to try the final product. Resin blood. I like that this says articulated action figure, ages 40 and up. And then, of course, who can forget Comandante Marcos, Easy LN leader, Delegate Zero. Also comes with a bunch of tools on the side as well. This is made by Jackier, 6 out of 30 ever made. Codename Sub Comandante Marco. Field file name is Delegate Zero. Primary military specialty Zapatista organizer. Birthplace born on the 19th of June 1957 in Tampico, Tamaulipas. Rafael Sebastian Guillen Vicente is a Mexican insurgente and former military leader and spokesperson for the Zapatista Army of the National Liberation, EZLN. I no longer want you to do a Lego stream. You'd make us look weird by association. By the way, this is not even, for the record, what I just showed you is not even a fraction of the crazy paraphernalia I have. I mean, there's the army the fucking helmet that you have back there. That's a Yugoslavian helmet with a Naruto headband on it, but an Akatsuki Hidden Leaf Village headband that I put on top of it, but you can kind of see. What else? I have so much shit back there, dude. You should do a Sunday stream showing all your political paraphernalia. Oh, this is crazy. Elite Force Aviator, George W. Bush, U.S. President, and Naval Aviator. No way. My dad was in the Special Republican Guard, and I still have his uniforms and medals, and one of them is gold with Saddam's initials on them. If you feel like collecting, at least I know it'll be saved with you. That's crazy. I know First Lady Hillary Rodham. I know where this is if you want it. If you ever did a Lego stream, would you pull out a 1 out of 30 rare embalmed Lenin build? Sure. Take a look at this relic I have of lost American liberalism, 56th inauguration. Oh, I have a bunch of buttons like this too, obviously. The Benghazi Bandit. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I am a little bit of a collector myself of weird political curios. I have a book of DPRK currency if you want it that my boss who was connected with the CPC got me when she visited the DPRK a few years ago. Full-blown autism. This is a lot of this stuff was sent to me via PO box, but I just like shut it off because there was too much weird shit that y'all were sending too. But this is why we need to bring the PO box back. Reopen the PO box and get more curios. I have so many Soviet memorabilia as well. Chat approves of this use of your funds. Most of this isn't even stuff that I purchased. A lot of this stuff you can't even really purchase. It's just like it's gifted. Like, how the fuck am I going to purchase a Yugoslavian used helmet? No, someone's dad literally brought it into the United States of America and then they sent it to me. I mean, I guess you could eBay. Like I have medals. I bought a milsurp of that helmet on eBay. I remember when you shut up Chatter up when they said you don't know Punisher comics and you pulled out the Punisher collection. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of like crazy comics of my own from a long time ago. I have a bunch of comics that you guys have sent me as well. Like very cool ones too. All your P.O. Box unboxing streams are just you opening letters filled with news, Lamount. That was definitely that too. Man, everyone is saying they want to send me the coolest shit. Now I got to reopen the P.O. Box, dude. For real this time though. No fakes, no phony. No phony shit for sure. God damn. Anyway, all right. Well, that's the Lego collection that turned into all of this. Can't believe we moved on from this.
Stacking blocks.
But in the 90s and early 2000s, Lego took its eye off the ball, spending hundreds of millions of dollars on theme parks, digital projects, and merchandise. Meanwhile, video game sales were growing, cutting into the toy market.
There was much more emphasis on TV and less emphasis on sort of construction play.
In 2003, sales tanked 35% in the US. Lego named a new CEO in 2004, who cut costs, sold the theme parks, and refocused the company on its core product, the plastic brick. It also started focusing more on its adult fan base. In 2007, Lego launched a revamped Star Wars Millennium Falcon, which retailed for more than $500 and was recommended for ages 16 and up. In 2014, it launched Lego Ideas. Fans could submit their own plans for sets, and if they got enough votes, watch their ideas go into production. They'd even get a 1% cut of the royalties.
They're saying, hey, if you make that, I will buy it. People don't want to just passively consume brands, they really want to interact with them.
Then in 2020, Lego released its first set aimed at ages 18 and up. Lego kept its momentum over the next few years, setting a revenue record in 2024. Today, Lego's adult line, called Icons, is among its top-selling themes.
If I go to Target, I'll see a boyfriend and girlfriend going to buy sets for each other. They're like, oh, we should get this set. And in the same spot next to me, there'll be a kid be like, I really want that set. I feel like that's a success for the company, but also a success in lots of ways for our culture.
Plush toys are a $10 billion industry, and some of the main people scooping these up are adults. Mike Ney has figured out how to make a little money from his hobby. He sold over $40,000 worth of plush toys online, and he wins all of them himself out of an arcade claw machine near his home in Utah.
I'm guessing I could probably sell this one for $150 or $200, and there was only 25 of these made and available. My girlfriend's not entirely convinced that we need an entire room of the house dedicated just to plushies, but I enjoy it, so, you know.
I have a lot of these too, obviously, but here are a bunch of medals and pins. I have a International Brotherhood of Teamsters Local 890 pin right here. Oh, fuck. Another one that is another pin that is the Central Puget Sound Carpenters Local 30 pin. Fuck. Come on. I have a bunch of medals. Soviet medals. I have no idea what this is for. Here. Maybe you can make it out. I was a Boy Scout. Yes. This is a 1918-1978 medal. Soviet medal. Look at the other side of it. Hold on. Look at that. There's some military achievement. This will defend military achievement. It says 1775. And then there's obviously also this passport. No idea who this guy is. What is this? Give it back. My guy needs it. That's a prospect, not really a passport, more like an identity card. I had one when I studied at Moscow State University. Here, I'm going to take it out of this package and see. Do you still have that missile remnant that was fired in Papua? No. Oh, this is the booklet for the medals and who it was given to, I guess. Yeah, see? The booklets for the 2 medals that I just showed you. No, the West Papua fragment I never took. It was in Australia. And also I did not bring it to America anyway. First one was a war participant passport. I have this incredibly old communist manifesto that I never touch because I'm terrified of breaking it. But it's like, it's a little bit falling apart. Communist Manifesto, Marx and Engels, No Compromise by Wilhelm Liebknecht. And in it, there's like a bunch of money. There's like there's novelty Karl Marx bills. €0 novelty Karl bucks. And then this. God damn it. Why doesn't fucking autofocus do your thing? Yeah. Tanky tokens.
You know, she supports me.
In 2020, he bought a hobby machine from Alibaba and started studying how claws behave.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into it, more so than the average person might realize. You know, looking for the geometry of the plush and the specific way that the claw moves around it.
Propiska in the Soviet Union. The USSR had both permanent and temporary propiskas in the transition period to a market economy in the aftermath of the collapse of the Soviet Union in late 1991. The permanent propiska in municipal apartments was a factor that allowed dwellers to obtain private property rights of the living space that they were inscripted in during privatization. Those who built housing at their own expense obtained a permanent propiska by definition. Keep it under wraps and out of light. Use gloves and sterile tweezers, not small ones, but like medical grade, but with flat tips. Under the 2 leaves to support the bind, and you should be good. This is the second Soviet medal. Oh, yeah. Jubilee Medal, 60 years of Armed Forces of the USSR. Was a state military commemorative medal of the Soviet Union established and bestowed upon military personnel to denote the 60th anniversary of the operation of the armed forces in the Soviet Union. It was established on January 28, 1978 by decree of the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR. This is the medal I have. There were a total of 10 million of these made. Sick. Do not wear gloves. Just keep your hands clean. Fiber from cloth gloves will get on the book. Plastic gloves won't let you feel the moisture and texture fragility of the paper. Yeah, I'll give you $250. Yours is 20 years of victory, not 60. No, I have this one and I have the 20-year victory medal. Yeah, I think I have a 20-year one too. 100 to 150 Nazis just marched in KC like an hour ago. Sick. You know, there's going to be need for more medals like the ones that we just saw in the future, in the immediate future, it seems. Because clearly people did not learn the lessons of the previous. People did not learn the lessons of the fucking previous world-changing